Hi, good morning, everyone. Today, I want to talk about immunity. I want to talk about cancer. I want to talk about what people should do when they're going through cancer, whether they've selected alternative treatment, whether they're going through chemotherapy, radiation, or surgery. At the start of this entire video, I want to make it very, very clear that I am not here to advise you to get off any of your conventional treatments. I'm here to talk about how we can manage the collateral side effects of the treatments that you choose to go through when you are battling through cancer. As we know, currently cancer has become an epidemic. I mean, everyone knows someone who's going through cancer, someone who's died of cancer, or someone who's just been diagnosed with cancer. And along with that comes loads and loads of fear. It's like a death sentence. People think that I've got cancer, there's going to be stage 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's nothing else the doctors can do and you die. I'm here to tell you today that we need to change our perspective towards this whole disease. Yes, it comes with a lot of fear, but at the same time, we need to understand that cancer is basically not a disease. You get sick first and then you get cancer. You have a low immunity first and then you get cancer. And a lot of other diseases other than cancer are also caused when you have an extremely low immunity. So today I want to talk about the human body and what you can do right now, no matter where you are in the world, what you have, how much of money you have, what kind of doctors you've chosen to be with, whatever it is. There are certain things that you can do right now. They're in your control. And you should start doing that right now in order to build your immunity. Because right now I want to tell you that the human body is designed to heal itself if we allow it to. If we give the human body what it needs, that right amount of minerals, those vitamins, the right amount of to heavy metal toxicity, to poor water quality, to contaminated food, depleted soil. Cancer is a multifactorial disease, which means there are many, many things that can cause cancer. Right from the air that we breathe to the food that we eat, many things. But I am convinced today, I get a chance to work out of the US and I get a chance to work out of India. So I see two different spectrums when it comes to cancer and the root causes for many of these diseases. Yes, we have to worry about the environment and pollution and smoking and excessive alcohol and poor lifestyle. But what we're failing to look at is mineral and vitamin deficiency, which is possibly a very, very large contributing factor towards any disease. You see, a drug or a medicine is made to target one disease. Like high blood pressure, you have a pill to manage high blood pressure as a condition. You have a cholesterol medication or a statin to manage or lower cholesterol. But when you have a vitamin or you have a mineral, that one vitamin or mineral which you're deficient in, and if you make sure you have the right optimum levels, it can take care of multiple issues in your body. Let's talk about vitamin D, for example. Till a few months ago, people thought if you have a low vitamin D, it's related to bones and osteoporosis and weak bones. But vitamin D is so much more than that. It's a precursor to immunity. It helps with the formation of hormones and steroidal hormones in the body like testosterone, estrogen, cortisol, so many other hormones. And what are the issues we have today? We have people with hormonal issues, either low estrogen or very high estrogen, low testosterone or very high testosterone, which is all connected to immunity of the human body. Your immunity is what protects you from disease and what heals you from disease. So when you have a strong immunity, you fall sick, but you recover quicker. When you have a strong immunity, you allow your body to fight out all those pathogens, germs, viruses, and possible mutations of cells. So right now, we need to understand the word elimination. Elimination is everything when it comes to good health. If we are constantly ingesting toxins and poisons from what we touch, like plastic, we ingest a lot of chemicals from the plastic bottles that we hold. We breathe in a lot of toxins from the air that we breathe. We think drinking packaged bottled water in India is pure and clean, but it has traces of pesticides in. So we can't go on fighting and eliminating all these little things and trying to eat only organic food or, purify water ourselves. We can't. We go crazy doing that. It's not an ideal world that we can do it in. But what we can do is invest in our immunity to allow our human body to fight out all these toxins that we ingest all the time. So whatever we put in terms of toxins, we should be eliminating. And that's another commonality that I see in most cancers. At some point, in the history of a cancer patient, at some point in their lifetime, they went through chronic constipation. Chronic constipation is serious and it can cause mutations of cells, because imagine keeping toxic waste in your system, in your colon for a long period of time. There's toxic gas, there are poisons that accumulate, seep into your blood, out of your lymphatic system. And what do toxins cause? An alteration in your DNA, possible gene mutation, possible mutation of cells. So elimination is everything. Are you passing a stool every day, or sometimes twice a day, or sometimes thrice a day? That's a good thing if it's the right way. Constipation is dangerous, and it's something that we need to look into immediately. So there are certain medicines that make people constipated, and that goes completely against the whole vision of treating a patient with cancer, because over here you're trying to fight cancer cells with cytotoxins. At the same time, you're overloading and burdening the body with toxic waste because you're constipated. So when you're looking at medication, you're also looking at relieving constipation. You're also looking at producing some amount of sweat that can eliminate toxins. Your skin is the largest elimination organ of the human body. You're looking at maintaining the health of your lungs, because that again is an elimination organ. We inhale oxygen that does magic to our cells, but we also have to exhale carbon dioxide, which can destroy cells and destroy cell immunity. You look at your liver is the most important organ in the body when it comes to detoxification, assimilation of nutrients from the food that you eat, chemicals, hormones, everything. So when we keep these organs clean through diet, through lifestyle, then we allow the body's immunity to build. But if your kidney is not functioning well, if your liver is not functioning well, if your colon is not eliminating well, there is no treatment in the world that can ever be effective for any patient, be it cancer or any other disease, because it's your own toxins that you accumulate in the body that will eventually cause side effects, organ failure, and eventual death. And in most cases, people never die of the cancer. They die because of the side effects of the treatment. So when you have a disease, you have to, it is a must, it is mandatory that you build in some sort of nutrition, some sort of lifestyle changes to manage the collateral damage and the side effects of every conventional treatment and drug that you take. So we're not saying stop chemo, we're not saying stop radiation. We're saying, can we work to minimize this? Can we work to make it less harsher on the body? And if no, we cannot do that, we need to go through X amount of cycles. Then how can we help the body eliminate? How can we help the body repair without destroying immunity, which is the only thing that heals you? There is no doctor, there is no nutritionist, there is no healer in the world who has the ability to cure you. But we all have the ability to invest in your immunity, build it up, and that, your own body's immunity, is what will heal you. Your own body's immunity is what gives you a prolonged and quality life. So when you look at any treatment that you're going through, don't look at just what you've been told in terms of conventional medicine. Listen to that, but ask questions like, what should I eat? How can I eliminate toxins? What can I do to reduce side effects? These are important questions that you need to ask your doctor, your nutritionist, your healer, or everything. Your plans have to be customized to your body, to the level of inflammation in your body, to the level of D3 and B12 that you have in your body. It is that scientific, because immunity is an intelligence that even scientists, doctors, and people don't understand till date. So when you use your immune system to fight disease, yes, you have the possibility to heal. You have the possibility to heal and recover and have a healthy life. So it's all about investing in immunity. So let's break this down real quick into diet and detoxification. Every disease originates in a cell. Every single disease originates in a cell, which means that in that little cell you have a nucleus, that's the brain of your cell. If your cell is getting the wrong fuel, the wrong energy, it doesn't have what it needs to repair itself, to grow, to kill itself if it gets infected. It's low on energy. Anything low on energy cannot function at its optimum level. So now what gives energy to your cells? Nutrients from the food that you eat, vitamins, minerals from the plants that you eat. Those nutrients have to reach your cells to give your cells the fuel and energy it needs to protect itself, to multiply, to divide, to kill itself, to grow. But most of us today suffer from malnutrition. Now, don't picture Somalia, Africa, or rural villages in India when I'm talking about malnutrition. I'm talking about malnutrition on a different level. Our bodies are screaming out for nutrients, nutrients that they need to make our bodies function the way that they need, and we don't get it from the food that we give our bodies every day. If it's junk, if it's processed, which is stripped of all its nutrition, our cells keep screaming for what they want, which is wholesome nutrition. And when we eat fruits and we eat vegetables and we have a plant-based diet and we eat nuts and seeds, everything that nature has given us, your cells get what they need. And maybe not to the complete level because our soils are depleted today, but we need to make an attempt to give our cells what they need. And yes, cancer again is a disease of malnutrition because your cells don't have the right energy from the food that we eat and the lifestyles that we live. It is malnutrition. And when you put the right vitamin and the right mineral and the right nutrient into your cell, you build immunity. So immunity starts at a cellular level. So one is the nutrition. We have to clearly understand that sugar and salt and all the processed foods and all the junk, I'm talking about moderation, I'm not talking about giving it up completely unless, when you put junk into your cells, most of the sugar ferments, which means your cells now become anaerobic. Anaerobic means oxygen is unable to reach your cells, and oxygen is your life force. Every cell needs oxygen for every single function in the body. Every second of the day, your cell is working to build immunity to protect you. And if you're not giving it the right amount of oxygen because you're creating a cellular environment which is anaerobic, caused by sugar, caused by excessive salt, every time you have 1 gram more of salt than your body requires, each cell uses approximately 23 grams of cellular water to neutralize that 1 extra gram, which means now your cells are deficient in water. 80% of your cells require water to live. So we get dehydrated, or we get water retention, and we get edemas just by putting the wrong things in your body. So when we condemn junk, or we say junk is a serious issue, this is what I mean at a cellular level. This is how junk is affecting you and your children. The reason why children grow is not because it's not always because of genes, it's because of the lifestyle that they live. It's because of the constant anaerobic condition of their cells. When you have cells that are low in oxygen, you cannot generate human growth hormones. When you don't have HGH, you cannot grow tall, you cannot grow strong, you cannot put on lean mass. So diet is extremely important. And yes, sugar and dairy are two things which I usually am totally against when someone's going through cancer. And if you can avoid these two things, everything else is perfectly fine in moderation. Your nuts, your seeds, your dals, your lentils, your vegetables, your fruits, your grains. You can have all of that, but we want to prevent putting anything into your cells that can ferment and make the cells anaerobic, because we want to make sure that your cells have enough of energy. So that's diet. Detoxification. How often do you help your body eliminate toxins? Every time you exercise and sweat, you're eliminating, you're detoxifying. Lead, so many other toxins come out of your sweat. That's detoxification again. Exercise is so important. It is useless eating a bowl of salad if your blood cannot circulate efficiently to carry the nutrients from the salad that you eat to your cells. When you exercise, your blood circulates. Blood carries oxygen and nutrient-rich blood from the food that you eat right into your cells. Poor circulation means malnutrition. So that's why we exercise. When we exercise, we improve the level of WBCs, white blood cells. White blood cells is what protects you. White blood cells is what makes you stronger when chemo depletes it, when chemo lowers it, when radiation burns out most of your cells, your healthy cells. So that's why some sort of exercise is extremely important when you're going through cancer or any treatment. Sleep, rejuvenation, growth of your cells, repair of your cells, hormonal balance, everything happens while you sleep, which makes sleep the most important pillar in any model of recovery. So if you can sleep well, you help your body rejuvenate, repair its cells, and build your immunity. And again, we come to emotional detoxification. It is 100% sure you cannot leave the mind out of the equation of healing. Every negative thought, every negative emotion that you hold on to has a direct impact on your cells. Try this out right now. If I ask you to be angry right now, can you be angry? No, you cannot be angry unless you have an angry thought or an angry emotion. Only then can it transcend into a feeling. Can you be sad right now? You cannot be sad unless you have a sad thought. This directly shows you how proportional your thought to a feeling is. So when you're constantly feeling low, when you're constantly feeling sad, when you're constantly feeling depressed, when you're constantly angry, when you're constantly guilty, when you're constantly in an environment of resentment, you constantly put that kind of burden on your cells. And anything that weakens your cells weakens immunity. When you have low immunity, you can have a size 0 figure, you can have a six-pack, you can look great, but you can still get a cancer. That is the reason why extremely fit people also get cancers, because you don't just look at the physical appearance or your blood reports, you also look at emotional health. Emotional health is one of the most important pillars, because everything that happens here has a direct influence on each and every one of those billion cells in your body. Which is why when you're in a positive group and you feel positive energy, you vibrate with positivity, you feel good. You have a good feeling in your whole body. But when you're in a negative situation with negative people, your whole body kind of rids with that negativity, and you feel it, it comes out. That has a direct impact on your health, be it cardiovascular, be it diabetes, be it cancer, be it weight loss as well. Cancer is an inflammatory disease. Inflammation happens. So making sure that in your entire model of recovery, reducing inflammation is extremely, extremely important. Again, how do you reduce inflammation? Through your diet, using turmeric, using garlic, using onion, using fruits, using raw vegetables, certain nuts and certain seeds lower inflammation. When you lower inflammation, you help your body lower inflammation, you allow your cells to heal, you allow your cells to reproduce, grow, and you allow the bad cells to be weaned out of your entire body. It is extremely important that you create an environment inside your body that does not favor the growth of a cancer cell. Many people go into remission, and 1 or 2 years later the cancer comes back in a very aggressive way. And clearly, it is because the body environment was never changed. It allowed the growth of cancer cells somewhere else in the human body. But if you go through your treatment and you change the environment of your human body, that's when you can have remission, which goes on and on and on, and eventually you can be cancer free. It's extremely, extremely important that you maintain the right body environment. Like your mind, if you have the right environment in your mind, that's where you can cultivate positiveness, that's where you can cultivate peace, happiness, and of course the negative emotions always and every day will come into your mind. But you keep cultivating a positive environment in your mind. Everything is about environment, your work environment. It can be negative, it can be positive. So now you decide the kind of environment that you want to create for your human body. But I can tell you right now, scientists all over the world are finally working on immunotherapy in a very big way. What is immunotherapy? Using your own immune system to heal you. There are $100,000, worth of treatments out there, and at the same time, you have that power in your own hands to start building up your immunity today, step by step. Surely but surely, you can build your immunity yourself when you look at balanced nutrition, detoxification, regular detoxification, so that you help your body reduce toxicity. Sleep, qualitative sleep. Your sleep is so much more worth than anything else you could be doing that impacts your immunity. And yes, we live in a world of stress and emotions, and it only seems to be getting worse. So make sure that you have that balance in you every single day. You're working on your mind, you're working on your body. Because believe me, cancer is a mind-body disease, and the healing is also in a mind-body approach. So until next time, I'm also going to post an audio link of everything I just spoke about. So it could be anyone all over the world. You may not have access to the best doctors or the most expensive hospitals, but you have access to almost 90% of something that's in your control, which is your own body, its power, its intelligence, and its brilliance. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.